Hey everybody, welcome back to Theme Geek. And today is kind of a somber episode, but it's also an explanation, I guess, to myself because Dinosaur just closed at Disney's Animal Kingdom. And let me just tell you, this was one of my childhood rides. We used to go to that ride almost automatically before Everest and, maybe after Kilimanjaro. Kilimanjaro is still the best one. But Dinosaur is such an iconic ride. As I'm 22 years old, so Dinosaur was one of those rides that I grew up with in particular. And I would just be really terrified to go on it. But it was one of those things that I was like, okay, it's fun because it's dinosaurs, but it's actually scary. It fit the theme a lot in the park. It fit the animal theme. It did so much in during this time. I believe the ride was 26 to 30, something around that ballpark. And I completely understand that these types of rides, they go out of fashion or they go out of style. But I feel like Dinosaur was not one of those that you could just get rid of. I feel like Dinosaur was one of those rides that you had to keep it. Maybe you could get rid of it, but yeah, I think it could have stayed as a classic attraction for Animal Kingdom. There's some things that you can and just can't get rid of, and that was one of them. So it's really devastating to see Dinosaur go away because it's like now you have 5 rides in the park. So you have Kilimanjaro, you have Everest, you have the 2 Pandora rides, and Kali River Rapids. That's all you have in Animal Kingdom. So Animal Kingdom decreases to really a park hopper park, which is so sad. Animal Kingdom was one of those places that you could spend a whole day at. You could go to Dinosaur Land USA, then you could go see the 10,000 shows they have at the park and all the conservation stuff they had there. It's tough to be a bug. I'm not saying the Zootopia show is bad either. I haven't been able to see it. I just, I can't really afford Disney. But when my family used to be able to go and afford Disney, and it was actually fairly priced for a family of 4, man, I have so many good memories of Dinosaur. And it breaks my heart that they're closing it down. And I just need to get some things out on the table while I was talking about it. So if you don't mind, I would like to direct your attention to this map of Animal Kingdom here. Now, this map of Animal Kingdom, I cannot zoom into. Why can't? Oh, there we go. No, never mind. Forget that. This is a comprehensive map of Animal Kingdom. This is from Disney's website. This big patch of land right here is where South America is going to be, and I really like that they're bringing Indiana Jones and Encanto and everything in between. I believe they're going to have Coco there. I think that's an excellent addition. But they could have kept Dino Land USA. I think Animal Kingdom is in a very tight theme park, amusement park stuck, that you can't really get rid of anything because it doesn't have enough to sustain it. If that makes sense. I feel like if you were to, you could have kept Dino Land USA and completely renovated it. I'm saying instead of renovate the dark ride, renovate everything there and add another piece of, another ride. Add another roller coaster, add a kiddie coaster. That would be awesome if they added that. And then you could have put South America in this section between Pandora and Africa, where it's enough room back and it's enough room on the side here to really, really, but I don't know if this is all show buildings. I'm not sure. But again, I really personally think that they made a really big mistake with doing, Dino Land kind of dirty and just completely removing the whole thing. You didn't have to remove the whole thing. Walt Disney brought all these acres for no reason, apparently. It's like, yeah, Walt Disney spent God knows how much money. And, just for it to go to waste. Like, even behind, here we go, even behind Asia, you could add like some type of path or think of something. Because this is ridiculous. You have all this room, except for the parking lot, but you have all this room to figure something out, and you decide to get rid of attractions? And I recently looked at the tickets. There was a prior recording to this where I was looking at the tickets and talking about them, so I'll talk about them here. For a 1 day, one pass, just 1 day at Animal Kingdom, no Florida residents, you are looking up towards $164 for 1 day at Animal Kingdom. What the? How is that okay? How is that fair? If you're bringing your kids, your wife, your husband, and you're sitting there going, okay, I want to have a good 4 day park thing and go to Animal Kingdom. All due respect, you're going to be done with Animal Kingdom in about 5 hours. If you're stuck in line, then you're going to be there all day. But I don't think people go to theme parks to be stuck in line. But that's what you're going to get for $164. Disney is saying, Disney is giving you premium prices for a premium theme park experience without it feeling premium. Charging $164 is crazy for 5 rides and at least 3 shows. 3 very good shows. But it's not enough for me to say, okay, $164, here you go, Disney. No. To really make me stay and to really make me, okay, yeah, this is worth it, $120. And I know that's cheaper than Universal. Universal, I believe, is at $130. And, Magic Kingdom's $184. Still, that's crazy for 1 day. I don't think I would pay that. It still is. This is a half-day park, folks. There is nothing else here you can do for a whole day. I mean, you're primarily just going for 5 rides or 3 shows, and it's not, to me personally, it's not worth it. If you take that 164, you could technically, and I'm not saying this in competition or whatever, I'm saying this because it makes a little bit more sense. You could take that 164 and you could go to Islands of Adventure, and you will probably still have about $20 left, so you could get some type of hoo hash. Okay, and that in it itself is still a better deal, because Islands of Adventure has tons of rides, tons of new rides, and instead of getting rid of things, they're renovating it. This is not a good idea what Disney did, because now you have this big plop of land here that they're going to have to put 2 rides on, which they will. And again, I'm very excited for it. I just felt like what you needed to do was put it somewhere else. Figure it out. Put an extension behind Nemo, behind the lake, something, anything. But it didn't need to be there. I don't know. Put it on the side, over here. Put it in the middle, over here, something. Think of anything, Anyway, I'm not trying to complain. I'm really not. It's just very depressing, seeing a multi-million-dollar company come up with ideas of this, and they're still charging you premium price. It's crazy. It's crazy. Now, I have all these pictures here. I mean, this ride was fantastic. All that you needed to do was renovate it. That's all you had to do. Renovate the ride, renovate the dinos inside because their skin was sagging. That's all you had to do. But Disney did not want to do it. And that is what is sad. Now, I know Indiana Jones and Encanto are going to be fantastic. I know they're going to be great. It's just sad to see Dino Land USA go, knowing it was one of the best. That was one of my favorite rides next to Everest. Now all they need to do is tear down Everest, which, God forbid, I hope they don't. Okay? To really get me out of, Animal Kingdom, they would have to tear down Everest. and shut down Kilimanjaro half the year for me really not to even consider it. But I'm really not even considering it now because I don't have $164. And one more thing, if you get the 6-day pass, it is $648. That's still a better deal, but all honesty, I would rather go to Magic Kingdom for like 3 days out of that 6 and go to Epcot maybe 2 and go to Hollywood Studios for the rest of the days, because this still doesn't make any sense. You know, you're going to be in line for the majority of Animal Kingdom now because there's less rides and there's still going to be a lot of people. I don't know, Disney has to fix this, but in memorial of Dinosaur, rest in peace, you're a legend, one of my favorite rides. Thank you for all the childhood memories. I will never forget them. And I'm really, honestly, I'm devastated I was not able to go before it closed. The last time I went to Animal Kingdom was about 5 years ago, and Magic Kingdom was about 2 years ago. Disney parks are really unaffordable for your average person. I personally do not want to go into debt for that. Even, you know, I just can't. But it's sad, you know. It's really sad. They didn't need to close it down. But it's okay. What's gonna come is better. Maybe they'll bring it back and put it on the side. Who knows? But hey, wishful thinking, I guess. Anyway, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for watching my video. I really appreciate it. And I hope everyone has a great day today. Thank you.